Welcome to the SZN Monday Blues Cure podcast, the ins and outs of managing female teams. This is episode 2, and I'm your host. Hello. Also, just a disclaimer with our co-host Arctic from episode 1. Don't worry. She made an announcement. If you aren't aware, with her team and also her position in Zarin. Um, she is like leaving for like personal issues, and sadly she can't do the podcast anymore. um so we wish her the best of luck, and hopefully we can see her again hopefully when she's feeling better or feeling more comfortable with doing comp and also doing her real life stuff. So for today's episode, we got Batsy over here. Just do a mini introduction for me. Any positions, go off.
Okay, hi, I'm Batsy. I'm executive for SZN Female Network, and I manage up and coming teams Aurelia and Shredded Girls. Now, for my past, I don't actually have any comp experience besides competitive board game nights with my family.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but I used to play like video games to just chill, take a little break from my studying, and then I found CODM. And then I met all these people on Instagram and I ended up managing teams.
That's amazing. That's really amazing. So let's just start it off, right? We're both NA operation staff for Zero Network, which means that we like host and also mod a lot of attorneys, right? We also
Yeah.
mod the MSK one, the Women's Wednesday. I don't know the new name. I'm so glad we changed the
It's
name, but
Femme
I forgot the new
Fatale.
name. Please don't, please. Okay, whoever's listening to this, don't search up that, please. It's a. I have you ever actually searched that up? Um,
Femme
like
Fatale?
did you? Don't search it up right now, please.
Okay,
It's
okay,
like,
well, I'll take
because
your word.
but please don't. I research that one. But yes, we do host a lot of attorneys, and I think it's like one. It's a rare perspective to actually talk about. I believe because usually we hear a lot of players saying like, "Oh yeah, we're playing these tourneys and stuff like that." It's all about the grind and everything. But have you ever considered the grind from organizing tourneys, gaining those
Yes.
staff and everything,
Promoting the
promoting,
turn.
yeah, or getting and girls, I like that annoys me every single like
Yes.
5 seconds after every announcement. I'm sorry, like that. Oh, it's just so funny, but I feel so bad because it is a struggle. It can be a struggle,
Yeah.
and it's like it's all about like getting your tourney known and everything.
Because a lot of work goes into like forming these tourneys and giving females a chance to play, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So like, just to start off, we could do like a little question like can you like list some of the struggles of just like modding tourneys, right? Anything that new mods coming in who wants to be part of this, I guess we can say position, right? Anything that you should be aware about doing this like for the first time, right? So go ahead, like, list some.
Um, Number one is you should be comfortable texting like unknown people because you have to reach out to those team managers to
Mm-hmm.
give them room code to make sure their team's in the VC. Then you have to have like a tab open and just have the rules because a bunch of tourneys have different rules.
Oh
They can
God,
get quite confusing. Yeah,
it
I've
gets
messed up a few times.
same.
Um, yeah, so just make sure like you know the rules so that you can watch out for them while you're modding the game.
Yeah, exactly. Oh
Yeah.
my God, I remember one time, like a little story time for me. It was like stacked community cup, and I thought a team had persistence, but no, it was tracker. So I don't know, that was so bad. I literally came to their VC. I didn't like talking to them. They were being extremely rude. They said, they said get the f out, like say the actual curse word, um, and stuff, and like just being really rude. And I was like, man, okay, I really hope they lose. So I definitely like understand like that. Excuse me, like the struggles of just like be very
Yeah,
comfortable
one
and
time
everything. Go ahead.
when I was room modding, I accidentally put hard point for 75 instead of 150 and everybody just kept on playing the game. They were all ready and we're just like, why didn't no one speak up? It was funny,
Oh
but
man, I remember
we
that.
managed to yeah, we managed to rematch it and it was fine.
Yeah, like appreciate those teams. Like they weren't really being
Yeah.
what do you call it? They weren't complaining about it. So
Yeah.
thank God. Um, Perfect. Yeah. And speaking of rule sets, oh my god. um Trying to memorize all the rule sets for every like tourney that I mod is just difficult.
I
Cause I'm
know.
like mixing it up every single time. I'm like, is quick fix bans? I know the other
Yeah.
tourney doesn't have quick fix ban. It's like, oh
Yeah.
god.
And then the MM rules keeps getting updated, so
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, yeah. It's like I don't know. I really don't know. Actually, speaking of Mobile Mayhem, how do you feel of mobile esports switching to phone only, or particularly con mobile, right? Like how do you feel about that? Like I feel like this is like one of the biggest debates, right? Because you
yeah.
have like you have to like see from like both perspectives of iPad players, like or managers and tourney hosts. Like it's a lot. So like, what's your opinion about that? Like how do you feel of like this new change?
For me, I never really thought about it because one, I am a phone player.
Mm-hmm.
So I never thought about how of a disadvantage it would be for iPad players. But I can kind of see it because some people don't have phones that can run a game properly, or maybe they don't have space,
Yes.
or
Mm-hmm.
maybe they prefer to use their phone like it's a phone,
Yeah. Of
and they
course.
just use their iPad to just play video games.
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
feel like it's I don't know. I feel like it shouldn't be just excluded to phone only. But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, if you really want to go into this esports career, then you would invest in the proper equipment.
Yeah, of course. Um, I think for like the proper equipment, because a lot of phone companies, a lot of companies like are making like these new gaming phones, which is why it's a good opportunity to try to switch to phone so you can get those sponsorship and everything and get a new gaming phone. Like that's crazy, right?
Yeah.
There's no such thing as a gaming tablet. It's more like gaming phones, I think, unless I'm
Yeah.
mistaken. But mostly, I would like, for example, like think of the Con Mobile Championship, right? It was sponsored by Sony, right? Their new phone.
Yeah.
So like stuff like that. So if you really want to be in esports right now, you gotta be in the phone. But I still feel
Yeah.
like it's still a disadvantage because let's say for example, like you made a good point. Like some people just want to play on the iPad because it's a phone. Like that like one play on their
Yeah.
iPad because it's just like only for games and then they use their personal stuff on their phone, right? They want to keep that separate, or they
Yeah.
just have a very like I said the word. They just really have a bad. My fault. They really just have a bad phone and they can't really it can't
Yeah.
really run the game well. So there's definitely both sides um to this basically. And also depends on like if you're willing to invest as well, right? Some people be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I really want to play on like before like people were saying like, "Oh my god, I want to play this iPad. It'd be so much easier just have this big screen." I
Yeah.
want to invest money into that, and people do, right? They
Yeah.
save their money and
Mhm.
stuff and finally buy that iPad. But then next thing you know, it can be the same thing. Like iPad players realize, oh my god, I want to keep on doing esports. um I want to like it's phone only, so I might have to get a new phone because my phone sucks, or it's only for
Yeah.
personal stuff. I don't want to get my whole gaming life in there. What? you know, Especially when most of the COD mobile community is like like underage, right? So
Yeah.
some of
Yeah.
them don't really like maybe not tell their parents. I know for me, I didn't tell my parents. So
I'm over 18 and they still don't know.
oh really? Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah. So all right, so we can just move on. Right? You good?
Yeah.
So, all right, so let's go to like the very central topic, right? This is the well-being side, right? This podcast is part of the well-being
Yeah.
department. I think I can call it department or section. I don't know. I gotta ask Beth, but I want to make it a whatever. So
Well,
I feel like esports in general, it's very um
it's
what
very
do you
challenging.
very challenging. Yes, very challenging,
Yes.
and also like overlooked. And, like some people say, like, "Oh, just sitting in the chair all day. That's not really, like that's not struggle. What? Like do real sports, like sweat, or like
Yeah.
like get your physical I'm sorry, physical body, like through the pain or whatever. I don't know. I don't think they really say that, but I think you know what I mean.
Yeah, I
But
know what you mean. They
but
don't
like
consider esports like sports, you know?
exactly, yeah. So like I want to ask you, like, is there any mental struggles while doing comp, like comp, not clump, comp?
Yeah.
So
I feel like there is, because you're dealing with um, a lot of people on the internet, and it can, there's toxicity in game that could have an impact on your mental health. Um, there's also a lot of, like you said, there's underage kids. They could also be doing school while they're doing this.
oh yes,
And
oh my god,
I know when modding tourneys, I had to take a week off to study for my midterms.
oh
And
yeah,
even then, I was like, what will happen to my team? Is my team playing today? Are they gonna like slack off while I'm not there? So even as a manager, it's not that easy.
it's really not.
Yeah.
To some people it's a job. Like have you?
Yeah.
It's literally a job. That's how they make money, you know. Of course, when you're kids, it's like oh extra cash. Like like I'm probably gonna get it
Yeah.
to get some McDonald's, right? I'm sorry, that came out to my head. Um, like dealing with shells with her McDonald's. But it's just extra cash. But for the people who are probably like a bit older, right, like 18 plus, and you want to
Yeah.
try to use that money for actual like important things in their life or in real life, then yeah, there's like it's a struggle like and everything. And plus, we can go really more depth in with the mental stuff. It can be very draining, especially like since like yes, there's no really physical stuff happening in these sports, but your eyes are glued to the screen almost like 24/7,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
And which can cause like so much what do you call it
You can stress your eyes out too.
yes, mm-hmm.
And then being in the same position all day, you can cause
Yes.
back pain.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. Like, yes, I want a chiropractor. I know I'm too young for it, but man, I'm like my back is just so bad.
I sleep while playing, so I wouldn't
Oh my
know.
god. Yeah. So
No, but I've seen people play with like 6 fingers. That cannot be comfortable.
I don't. Yeah, and also like if
Yeah.
they're iPad too, and they have their hunchback. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's like, and they do that for like those 24/7 streams. I'm like, oh my, what? Not 24/7, like 24
Yeah, like I just
hours.
want to tell them stop, just rest,
Just for, just
But
like
that's also a career, streaming.
it's yeah, it's a career. They gotta do it, even though it's
Yeah.
painful. They got to like and I'm really hoping they're like at least stretching once in a while. I'm just really hoping they're not having their back crooked like that for like the whole
Mm.
time. You gotta have like treat your body well. Like
Yeah,
treat
and
your
then
back
also
well.
eat well.
Eat
Take a
well.
break and eat good food.
Yeah.
Good food, good mood.
Good. I love that. Yeah, but like mental health is just important. Like it doesn't matter if it's like esports or sports. Like it's really important overall. You know.
Yeah, mental health for me, I thought of video games as a place to escape, my daily tasks. Like I would do homework, I would help around the house, and then I would just need a little break and I would just hop on into my Switch or my DS and play. That's how like my video game career started.
Oh.
And there's also like you make these online friends, right?
Hmm.
And you have a connection to them, and those are also good for your mental health.
Yeah. Hmm. It's like especially with online right now, it's like you can easily click with some people. You can try to find a group. You know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's just basic online. That's my opinion. I feel like you can click with some people, right? Especially within like esports, because let's say, for example, like me and you, we're both managers. We can literally talk about the struggles of management all day. I feel like,
Mm-hmm.
because we both manage.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's just stuff like that. Um,
Yeah,
I,
you can connect with different type of people, and then since the age group seems to be like around 16 years old,
mm-hmm.
they can relate about school stuff,
Oh, yeah, doing school
yeah.
stuff.
Boy troubles,
Boy travels. I mean, that's not my conversation, but if you talk about that, then good for you. You're having fun. I'm kidding. Um, yes,
Yeah, I would not go into that
no,
though.
we're not. Shh, shh, shh.
Yeah.
That's only for like when we want to spill the tea. We're girls. We're like that. No. So speaking of just like we're just girls and everything. How about some toxicity against girls teams? I think that'll be interesting. Um, especially with today, I feel like the woman's oh, whoops, the female side of con mobile is still not respected yet. I mean, yes, we
Yeah.
did make a lot of progress, but I feel like, some teams are like, bro, they're just girls, like,
Yeah.
why
Let's
really
beat
pay
these
attention?
girls, easy.
Easy. Oh yeah. Like like don't have to be sexist here. So what do you think
Yeah.
of that? Like, how do you feel like how do you feel like that, we can try to approach this goal of gaining this, this side of con mobile to be respected, to
And the reason I'm really proud of Angels is because they can smack these talkers right back.
mm,
They're girls and they can beat a bunch of boy teams. And I feel like because of them, other girl teams will also be inspired to step up and be good and beat these boy teams. So there's no like, oh, boy teams are better than girl teams because it's all about how much you play, how much chemistry you have as a team. It's not anything related to gender. That's all. That's all there.
yeah, um exactly. So actually, speaking of angels, like I remember, like I'm gonna have another story time. I'm gonna have I remember one time we were doing this tournament. I think it was like I think it was a tragic one. I feel like it was a tragic one. And it was like the first time they were doing that tourney, the tragic one particularly, and that was the guys one. And I was like, hey, you know what? It's iPad only. Let's give it a shot. So we were going against this particular team. Not gonna say it. And one of their, I guess, say fanboys or the actual, like one of their staff from the team Angels were going against, they were saying like, "Oh, this is against Angels, easy." It was on stream, so like that got me pissed a bit. I didn't say anything. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna do that. But I got me pissed. I was like, oh my god, you know what? Just angel, like girls, just make sure you do good and everything, you know. And then you beat them, And the guy stopped talking. I was like, yep, you can't say
That's
anything
how
about
it
that now.
is.
So it's like it feels good, right? And I'm really
Yeah.
instead of like girls, like I know like it's kind of like almost like it's a just a joke around the girls community. Like girls are scared to go against like angels and stuff and everything, or just saying like, or they're comparing themselves to angels or comparing to any like top girls team, right? You know, like you're right. They should really like use them as an inspiration to keep on going and to prove a point.
Yeah.
Um, you know, for example, like I don't know if you saw that video. It's a very common video when like when people search out women's esports on YouTube. It's like one that's like that Russian girls team. Like they tried to play. I think it was like League of Legends, and they got really beat up badly, and people were saying like, "Oh my god, they're so bad" and everything, stuff like that. And how
Oh,
that? Do you know that one?
I haven't seen it, but that sounds awful.
That sounds, yeah. So, like, oh my god, that was really bad. I remember watching it and I was like, that's embarrassing. So basically, yeah. So basically, a girls' Russian team, like they came in, they played in League of Legends in a pro tourney. Good for them. Cool. 0-1-21. That was like their KDs. um, reverse nuke. So like yeah, that was sorry, like just thinking about that now, it just like makes me cringe because that was just bad, which you can tell, which like no offense to them, it's not like I feel like that people should really see women's esports, say like, hey, they're up for the competition, not really just for their looks and seeing like, oh, we're gonna get like
Yeah.
money and this because like we're pretty, whatever. So
And we can be pretty and we can play video games. Okay.
period. Like we can do that. So base so that's basically my thing with just like how we can just reach that. It's just like like girls, any girl player or girl management, like get your name out there, you know like
Yeah.
try to get into those guys tourneys, stuff like that. Doesn't be the pro ones. You don't have to go against Tribe and Sickness right away. Do those amateur ones. Try to find those amateur ones, and trying to
Yeah.
adapt whatever the guys are doing, like for example, since that the guys comp site is like they're doing a lot more phone tourneys. Try to switch to phone if you can, and trying to adjust to that, and trying to like get your name known in those guys amateur tourneys and work your way up. Angels are trying
And
to do
let's
that
make it
stuff.
really common that girls are playing in tourneys and stuff.
Yeah. So
It'll be
if
like, oh, one girl entered, or this is the first girl teams that entered. Just make it normal, normalize it.
normalize it. I think we can get to the point of normalizing it, and it's really interesting to see, because like it's if you can prove that you're
Yeah.
like one of the best teams, doesn't matter what gender you are, you're gonna try to try your hardest and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So I think we can fit in one more topic. Speaking of toxicity against girls teams, how about within the girls community? You know, yes, we're very
Yeah.
dramatic sometimes. So
Yes.
it be like that.
Just a little dramatic.
Just a just a little
Yeah,
dramatic,
just a
and
little
all,
bit.
yeah, but it's also competition. We're
Yeah.
competitive. Everyone, like in these sports in general, it's supposed to be competitions. They're really sports. I don't know why I'm saying that.
Yeah, like I understand in-game competition. Okay, she shoots your body, you shoot it back. GG is at the end, whoever wins.
Mhm.
But should you bring up someone's personal life into an argument? I don't
No,
know about that.
no,
Yeah.
that's disrespect. That's
Yeah.
like like don't do that stuff. You feel me? Um, just play the game. Just play the game. I don't care if you
Yeah.
shoot the body. Like saying from like
Yeah.
a from actual staff, like for like tourneys and stuff. You can shoot the body. I'm fine. I could be like, oh, that's
Yeah.
toxic, but not really. You get taught.
You can post a montage about a team.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine too.
That's fine too.
But yeah, just don't post any personal pictures.
Yeah.
Don't bring up personal life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. I think we should like promote that. We should stop doing that.
Mm-hmm.
We should unite. We
We
should
should.
just be together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially we're still a small community. Yes, we progressed
Yeah.
throughout the, I don't know how many, like throughout like the year. Yeah, throughout the year, not like many years ago. Um, like let's just bring like get together and one just play, you know, and that's
Yeah,
it.
we're all just playing the same
We're all
game.
playing the same game. Mm-hmm. We're
Yeah.
all yep. We're all here. We're just doing the same stuff. We're competitive and everything. It's gonna happen where we get a bit salty about those losses, or we get salty about that DQ, or we're gonna get salty that I don't know.
Yeah,
um.
you can also forgive and forget. Like don't hold grudges.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, oh, that one time she did this. Forget about it.
Oh, that one time she shoot my body, yo, I'm gonna make sure that she suffers. Like, no, dude, what? Um, like it's whatever. Just that, she's just taunting you. Then just like if she's taunting you, she's
Yeah.
being overconfident. Then if she's being like overconfident, then break it down.
Take this as motivation.
Mm-hmm.
Be
Like,
like, you taunted me, I'm not gonna fall for that.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just sports in general. Like you see that in sports, right? You see people taunting and everything and stuff like
I
that.
do that in real life. When I'm playing board games with my family, trust me, I will be taunting everyone.
Yeah, same. Back when I was a player, I'd be like, um, you know, I kind of been saying like, oh, they're bad. I'm not gonna say the thing. Oh, they're bad, but I don't say it directly to their face, because I'm not gonna start a fight. But it just comes out. I feel like
Yeah, it just comes
it
out.
comes out because like I don't know, I'm just building up my confidence, which is fine. But if you're actually going to like them in their like DMs and starting to fight, that's where it gets really complicated.
Yeah.
But of course, when it's like in their VC and you just say that, in my opinion, if you're just saying like in their team VC just because like you're actually doogie them, right? You're actually getting doogied on, that's fine. So like I think that's fine in my opinion. I mean, like, do you think that's
Yeah.
fine or that's a bit a bit shaky?
I mean, obviously, you're in that moment. You have your adrenaline all pumped up and you want to win. You use anything as motivation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just
And you
don't
can
start
also get
fights.
angry.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
also get
Like,
angry.
whatever you say in the moment, that's fine. But, like, after the game, just GG's, bro. That's all you have to do.
Just GG's and that's it. Go on your day, do your another tourney, or just relax. Um,
Mm.
like especially
I
like
would say eat a chocolate.
you
It's really
just.
good for my mood.
Well, I want some chocolate. No, actually, just really want some chocolate. That sounds good.
So
Oh,
I recommend that to everyone. It's the best, I wouldn't say drug, but yes, emotionally, I'm very attached to it. It makes me feel better.
that's nice. Oh, now I want chocolate. Um, probably gonna get some chocolate downstairs. Yeah. Um. All right. since we did mention that we did play before, but we do play games. Any past experience you would like to say? Oh, just playing comp. If you used to be a comp player, or just playing video games in general. Like go
Let me
ahead.
tell you, I am the best Mario Kart player there is. I just have to say it.
Go
Like me
ahead.
and my brother always compete. You know, that's how I got into CODM actually. It's because my brother used to play shooter games a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And when we were stuck at home because of COVID, he would be like, hey, play, 1v1 me real quick. And I'd be like, I would already beat you. This is confidence I had. So I got the game. We played. I lost. Okay. But then I just started playing the game. That's how I got into it.
Oh wow, wow! Just because of comp, wow. I'm
Just
oh.
because he told me to, run the ones or whatever.
I wish I could have that because you like my brother knows that I play this, but he doesn't know really fully of what else I do. But like, oh, I have a laptop on. That's nice. Just like even though it's very
How
competitive.
did you get into the game?
Actually, I was actually, I don't forget. I think it was like some sort of news or something. I saying like, oh my god, like Con Mobile was coming out, and I was like, oh wow, I remember playing this before one time at like my family friend's house. That was really bad. They made fun of me. That was like controller times. And I was like, oh, it's coming to mobile. That's more, more convenient for me. I don't have any PC or console, so I'll actually, just play it for fun, see how that goes, and it's really cool because I was like, oh my god, it's an actual console slash PC game, right? Yeah, actual
Yeah,
console
on
plus
phone.
PC game on my phone. So I was like, let's give it a try. And that's how big I started. I just did ranking and stuff like that. Did a lot of public. Also that's when I also did my little channel, YouTube channel, and that was really fun. That's when I really got into video editing because I was taking a video editing class at that time, so I knew a few stuff. It's still bad though, but it was fun. I saw it was really fun, and it really helped me engage with some communities, and I just worked from there, rank and stuff like that, and then joined some teams, did some time with comp as a comp player, my bad, and just go from there, and then went into management basically. So that's basically my little like story in a
Dude, I
nutshell.
didn't even know about rank until like months after playing. Me and my friend that found out I also played. We literally just played frontline every
Wow.
day, just frontline. And then I found like the Merc 5 character, and I
Mm-hmm.
really wanted it, so that's how I got into BR. And then me and my brother would bond over playing just duos every day until we got that skin.
Wow, that's crazy. That's really crazy, man. Yeah.
In my family, we all play different types of video games and we bond over it
Oh
too.
wow. Yeah.
Do you know the Jackbox party packs?
Yes. Yes.
So I have one, two, three, four, and then six and seven.
Oh my god.
And every weekend when my brother and my my brother that's married and his wife they come over, we're always just playing that.
Oh, let me play one time. Oh, that's crazy.
Just tell me when and I'll stream it and we can play.
Oh yeah. Oh god, that was. I remember playing that with my school friends back when, like before quarantine. That was so much fun. I was still clueless of how things work, but that was so much fun and everything. And
Yeah.
so, like, oh,
It's
that's
all experimental and there's also games that we can get to know people.
getting to know people. I feel
Yeah.
yeah.
But speaking of like silly games, I'm so excited that we're gonna host events that are gonna be fun for everyone to play.
Oh yes, 2v2s, 3v3s, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't, I'm, I don't know if we're allowed to say it, but a little sneak peek. Well, it depends on like when
Okay.
this thing is gonna
We
be.
never said it.
Okay.
We never said
You're gonna see the server
it.
changes soon. Really depends on also when this is posted, I believe. So like, not our fault, but we're just like making sure that when everything is up and going, that it's already announced. I guess. Okay, fine. We won't say anything. Fine. Okay. I don't really want to, but
Yeah.
it's gonna be fun. Yo, I'm like
Yeah, I'm excited.
manager team, sugar mamas. Let's go.
Manager team, yes.
Like we're gonna do that for sure. All right. So I really appreciate you coming. Let me just
Thank you for letting me come to your podcast.
Yeah, of course. So let me just go ahead and do the closing. So if you're listening to this, please check out our Discord server at Zaren's Women Network and Zaren Con Mobile. And also coming up soon, yes, we're gonna do the little hint right there of what we're trying to say. We kind of already said it, but it's also the SJ Zaren Renga server. You're gonna see some changes, so pay attention to our announcements and also changes, yes. And also check out our Instagram at Zero Network for a post regarding any of our tourneys. Speaking of events, we have a new tourney coming out for those EU peeps. I don't know why I said that. I spelled league wrong. We have the EU Destiny League open right now, so go ahead and check the Zaren server for more information, or the Zaren Cup. I think it's on the Zaren Cup as well, but I think they made an announcement about it. So thank you all for listening in, and this concludes episode 2 of the SZN Monday Blues Cure podcast. All right, goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye.